And we're back here at McPherson Stadium at Bryant Park in Greensboro, North Carolina for the kickoff of Sonoma State and New Hampshire.
Nice high kick. Goes a little too far, though. Not able to contest. Oh, and a thumping tackle there.
New Hampshire playing out of their own end here. Good pressure defense from Sonoma State.
So both teams coming into this 1-1 for the day, having each beaten Elon University. This is a game both of these teams are going to look to win, and already some big hits coming out there.
It's win and advance. This is a do or die game. This will close out the open division pool play rounds at Bryant Park.
So far, a lot of physical stuff from both sides. Very, very scrappy there at the breakdown right now. Sonoma State hoping for a little bit cleaner ball here. There we are, able to recover that ball there, looking for a support runner. Big man running inside.
That's Jake Botcher for Sonoma State out on the wing, the prop.
Taken out of touch. This will be a quick line out for New Hampshire.
New Hampshire seems very content to try to run out of their own end, Brad.
Absolutely.
And this could be dangerous as pass doesn't go to hand.
Certainly a lot of space to run into in sevens, but again, when you, as you mentioned, when you're running out of your own half, you need to have those passes go to hand. There's not a lot of margin for error here. Oh.
Now they're not only trying to run out of their own half, they're trying to run out of their own try zone.
And not very successfully.
And that's going to be a 5-meter scrum to Sonoma State. Good attacking platform here.
Both teams at large selections here with good seasons coming into this matchup. Should be an even contest, I think, as we're seeing here. A good fin, though, for Sonoma State, number 10.
Thomas Porter goes in for the try.
And an excellent individual effort there.
Sonoma State drawing first blood.
Now he put it under the post, so this should be a fairly straightforward conversion here for Sonoma State.
Porter looks to convert his own try.
You know, Pat, as we saw in that last game, conversions so important in sevens rugby. As often it seems, you know, whichever team has the ball last is the team that scores. Those extra 2 points on the end of each kick, on each score, end up making quite a bit of difference, as we saw.
You're right. That missed conversion straight in front of the post by Principia ended up being the difference in the game. No such problem for Sonoma State as Porter slots the extras.
Nice high kick here from Sonoma State. New Hampshire able to recover. Oh, and a
great
nice little
one-handed
offload.
pass.
Absolutely. Next pass a little bit sloppier, however. Ball on the deck. New Hampshire consolidating it down. Testing the line here, and a nice break. If he can find some support, which he does. Checking the line, able to offload here. A bit of space. He's got a runner on the inside. Is he going to take it? Goes for the individual option.
Great ball work by New Hampshire.
Absolutely.
And that was all started by Tucker Cutter from New Hampshire. He's actually been identified by the Northeast Olympic Development Academy. Showed why there by making a few tacklers miss, putting his teammates into space, and about 5 passes later, New Hampshire's under the post. And there again, Brad, easy, what should have been an easy conversion, right under the posts, botched, and rather than being tied, Sonoma State retains the lead, 7-5.
Well, certainly the drop kick, a more difficult skill in many respects in terms from a consistency standpoint than it is kicking from the tee. Finding a good kicker in sevens, almost worth its weight in gold.
Certainly worth its weight in 2-pointers.
Sonoma State taking it to the line here, but the New Hampshire defense holding strong. Sonoma working the ball out left. Not finding the space they like, working it back towards the center. A bit of space here. And a wonderful little break up the middle here. Jake Botcher.
Jake Botcher. We saw him before with speed for the big man.
Oh.
And not only does he have speed, he has moves, Brad. Cuts it back in. He looks spent after touching down that try.
It's just a piece of individual brilliance right there. Really, really nice job to sniff out the gap there, break it up the middle. Good turn of pace.
Here's
Just
the
starts
replay,
pulling
watching
away.
cut back, cutting back and splitting 2 New Hampshire defenders. Fantastic work from the big man.
Absolutely. A little bit tougher conversion kick here. Not undoable, though, from the angle. We'll have to see if Sonoma State can extend their lead here. Oh, and the kick is errant. So that is an unconverted try to Sonoma State, making our score 12-5 against New Hampshire. Sonoma State in the light blue kicking off here to New Hampshire.
This should be the last play of the first half. Another great restart from Sonoma State's number 10.
Absolutely. New Hampshire looking to work this ball, keep it alive, try to get in one score before the half without committing an infraction. Ball pops out the back. Oh, but a nice run here. One man to beat. Oh, just not able to keep his footing.
When New Hampshire gets into the loose, they're good at keeping the ball alive.
Certainly look to have some strong individual runners taking the line again. Penalty to New Hampshire, so the play will continue.
Not releasing the tackler or the tackled player.
Oh.
And there's Tucker Cutter, who we were talking about earlier with the ODA up in the Northeast.
Nice run there. Just not quite able to hold on to this ball. Sonoma State looks to have recovered. And now, rather than kicking it out, they are opting to try to score some points. But there we are, taking the safer option there. Well, that's our first half here between Sonoma State and New Hampshire at the Collegiate Sevens National Championship here in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Back here for the start of the second half, Sonoma State and New Hampshire. Score is 12-5. On your screen it says 7-5, but Sonoma State leads 12-5. This is a winner-take-all match. Both teams 1-1. The winner will advance to the semifinal of the Open Division. The loser will go to the consolation bracket tomorrow.
And a poor New Hampshire kick there at the start of this second half. Sonoma State able to get the ball here.
Sonoma State looks to have a little bit more energy to start the second half, Brad.
Well, I think they are feeling the desire to close this match off and advance to the next round, but New Hampshire just able to strip the ball here, but Sonoma State able to get it back. Good bit of back and forth here, and the C's opening up for Sonoma State.
And that's Porter again with another try. That's his second.
Does a great job there just to see the defense open up. They were drifting a little bit too hard there, expecting the ball to go wide, and just able to thread it back inside into the gap left there by the defense. Nobody's going to stop him.
Now that's a try that was really set up by Sonoma State, continuing to go one way out of the breakdown. They continued to go wide, and New Hampshire was expecting that. They overplayed it, and Porter split the middle.
Always got to protect the middle first, as they say, because those middle line breaks are very, very difficult to deal with. You can always press outwards, but it's very, very tough once you open that gap in the middle to make up the difference there.
So with the top two in each pool in the Open Division going into the semifinals, that means this is the winner-take-all game. Stout has already clinched first place in this division, or in this pool. Ooh. This is for second place.
It was a nice high kick there, but it was a great opportunity for New Hampshire to take that ball cleanly.
Yeah, if he had taken that cleanly, Brad, I think he would have been untouched down the sideline.
He didn't look like having many defenders in front of him. It was a squandered opportunity there. Now this is going to be a Sonoma State ball, so to go from an almost certain try to your opponent's lineout is not ideal, but a short arm penalty here for New Hampshire, taking the quick tap, looking to work it wide here. Oh,
Good,
and a nice gap
pass.
opening up with a brilliant run up the center.
And that's Cutter, Tucker Cutter.
Just a
Puts it in under the
fantastic run.
post.
Explosive pace there from the try score.
Yeah, he really took that ball at pace.
Absolutely.
That shows what happens when you're on a good running line, and excellent pass to put him through as well. So New Hampshire's still in it. 19-12. Again, the score on your screen is not accurate. 19-12.
The New Hampshire kick appeared not to quite go the distance. The referee says play on. Oh!
Great turnover by New Hampshire, but
pass just not going to hand there. Sonoma State with the ball back. Penalty.
not quite sure what that penalty was for. It looked like perhaps Sonoma State was prevented the opportunity to take a quick line out.
I believe you are correct, Pat. But Sonoma State not able to make much of it. New Hampshire here doesn't look to have the gas. Oh, and New Hampshire just knocking the ball forward. A chip ahead here from Sonoma State. Nobody at home. Oh, but just misreads the bounce. But no matter, they're able to regather. No support to pass to at the minute. Ruck set, but a gap opens up here.
There's Porter again. He's been the star for this Sonoma State team.
Nice big tackle there, but Sonoma State able to regather and keep moving forward. They need to get some runners out wide. Nobody on that left side, where they opt to go to the right. Working the ball back to the inside. Oh! And a big hit there from number 7. That is Patrick Mead from New Hampshire with a solid shot on Sonoma State. Sonoma State's captain, Jack McNamara, slow to get up from that one. and a perfectly timed hit there from New Hampshire, exactly what they needed to stop that offense.
Sonoma State running on some fresh legs now, hoping to hold off New Hampshire in these waning minutes. We're under 2 minutes to play. 7-point lead for Sonoma State. But it's New Hampshire's ball.
Seeing a strong fight back here from New Hampshire. And the a sloppy scrum, but New Hampshire able to win it. Looking to work the ball back, but Sonoma State killing the move, and a knock forward there from New Hampshire. This will be a Sonoma State scrum. Not what New Hampshire needs right now, just over 1 minute to play.
Yeah, Sonoma State clearly happy to just take their time with the lead.
New Hampshire putting the scrum half under pressure for Sonoma State. He's slow to get up there.
Porter again slicing through the line. He's been doing that all game.
Ooh, the pass not quite going where intended, but a good effort to make amends there from the winger. Sonoma State able to secure the ruck cleanly.
19-12, Sonoma State leads.
Sonoma State just attacking the line there, looking to try to grind their way out, but the ball comes loose. New Hampshire has it. There's space on the outside, but not quite able to capitalize. There's a little bit of space. Not quite the speediest man out there on the edge, but
great touch pass by New Hampshire, but I don't think his teammate was ready for the brilliance there.
And now Sonoma State.
Sonoma State's just got to kill the ball, and I think that should be it.
And that is the ball game.
Referee coming to the touch judge. Looks like he may allow the line out. Stadium clock says time is up, but the referee says that there's still rugby to be played.
Referee is the sole judge of law and fact on the field, so it is play on.
And New Hampshire very heads up, catches Sonoma State.
Huge run up the gap here.
New Hampshire's going to have to score this try in the center. They're down 7. They don't want to score it out wide.
Oh, and this is tense stuff here. New Hampshire able to get a hold of the ball. Is straight down, says the referee. No knock on.
Sonoma comes out with it.
They just need to get this ball into touch at this point. But
turned over by New Hampshire. This is crazy stuff, Brad.
New Hampshire does not know the meaning of the word defeat, and it looks like they're in. He needs to center this as close as he can.
Try New Hampshire, but it's going to be a very, very tough ask of the kicker to convert this.
A fantastic dying effort there from New Hampshire. The clock said no time. The referee said play on, allowed one last line out. New Hampshire does really well there to fight their way into the try zone. But you just fear that maybe just wasn't quite centered enough here. This is going to be a big, big kick.
Michael Restuccia, all eyes are on him.
He struggled with his kicking all night. This will be the biggest one of his evening. But he has no trouble there. Oh, and
so
New
we're going to
Hampshire
end in a tie, and I don't know how that's going to play out point differential-wise, Brad, as to who goes through.
What a fantastic finish to that ball game.
That was a clutch kick by Restuccia.
And Restuccio, poor kickoffs, poor attempts at goal all night long, but comes up when it counts right at the end to tie the ball game. What a fantastic way to finish that ball game when it looked